up, Spurs fans, near and far, with your boy, that is Spurs. And we are top of the league, and we are top of the league. We are top of the league, so we are top of the league. Big up to everyone in the location. I was meant to do a watch along, and I got stuck in some dirty traffic. But you know what? Me back now in time, and I tell you, Tottenham 3, Burnley 0, never in doubt. Now, a lot of people are trying to poo-poo over this result. I have you know, I think Burnley had 16 clean sheets, conceded 29 goals last season, one of the best defense in the championship. And they came into this game with that swagger, with that location. But I put something out on Twitter yesterday. Big up Billy in the building. Big up Ghost88. Big up Troops as well for retweeting my video, you know, like that. I said on that tweet that I believe Kudus is better than Saka. Bare Arsenal man them. This is rage bait. This man is doing it for clout. This man is doing it for clicks. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Use your eyeballs. I was saying this before today's game. I'm not surprised. I won't be surprised if Kudus has a bigger output than Saka. Yes, I said it. Let me explain. He's better on the ball. He's a better dribbler than your star boy. Yeah, he's faster than your star boy. He's stronger than your star boy. He's more creative than your star boy. The only thing that your star boy has over Kudus is that star boy Saka scores more goals. But if Kudus can add goals to his overall gameplay, then it's long. The other thing that you lot need to deep about today's game, first of all, our back line of Jed Spence, Pedro Porro, Romero, Van de Ven is neat. Vicario, you know how I feel about Vicario. Vicario's just doing the job. Do you know what I'm saying? Not sure if it's enough to get us over the line. And then we completely dismantled our midfield. Remember, we started with Papsar, Paulinho, Bentancur against PSG. Today, we started with Bergval, Archie Gray, and Papsar. I'm not going to lie, I was moving mad. I was like, what is this? This is dusty. I'm not happy with that lineup. And to be honest, I'd be real. Had Paulinho and Bentancur started, I reckon we panned this team 6-7-0 today. I don't even give a damn. I reckon it was only 3-0 because them brothers started. And then we had Brennan Johnson, we had Kudus, and we had Richarlison. You know what? I'm happy for Richarlison. Anyone in the chat knows, Freddie, you know, I've been saying, let's give Richarlison some time. Give the brother some time, because I still believe there's a player that I've always said that. I've always stuck to the faith. And I'm not going to shake my bum violently. I'm not saying Richarlison's back. I'm not saying Richarlison's going to score more goals than your careers. I ain't saying that yet. But it's good to see Richarlison score some proper goals. Do you get what I'm saying? He scored some proper goals today. We looked comfortable in the location. In the space of a week, you've seen my manager deploy 2 different tactics, and they worked a treat. We drew with PSG. I don't give a damn what anyone says. Cuss us about the penalty shootouts. We drew. But the football was absolutely brilliant. Kudus, for me, is giving me David Ginola vibes. Tottenham's always renowned for having a game changer, a star quality, a player with what they call a je ne sais quoi. You know, we had Ginola, we had Van der Vaart, we had Klinsmann, you know, we had Berbatov, you know, we had Gareth Bale. I'm going to say Kudus is up there. And I knew Kudus was going to take our game to another level. You could just tell when we bought him, he wanted to be at Spurs. And I tell you today, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. He gave the most confident interview when he arrived at my club. Like, I'm coming to show you what I got. I'm coming to lead your club. And I'm telling you now, it's looking long for a lot of people. What a player. It's a shame. That's why I believe Savinho, we need to get that brother over the line. You saw today as great. What I like about Brennan Johnson, let me tell you what I like about Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson, and he did this under Ange, he will make the same run over and over again. And he doesn't get he doesn't get put off. He doesn't get dejected. He just does it. Puts his head down, does it. Because there was a lot of times where the ball should have been threaded to Brennan in that first half, second half. Nobody was feeding the ball. But rate this brother because he was switched on. He stayed switched on. And when the opportunity did come and that through ball came through, Brennan Johnson dispatched that ball like a bad man. And I have to say, for that, I give him the utmost respect. But overall game and impact on the game, there was no overall impact of the game. For me, I've been saying it. I feel like Brennan Johnson is Tottenham's version of Trossard. I think he's an impact sub. Do you get me? And until we bring in a Savinho and Eze, it will, you know, he's going to have to start these games, but we'll give him, you know, his flowers for today. But Kudus, man of the match performance. And dare I say it, I was surprised to see that Richarlison started ahead of Solanke. Now, and that's what you want. You want strength in depth. Richarlison, if he was to play up to his level, he should be rivaling Solanke. It shouldn't be a God-given right that Solanke starts for Spurs. No. Whoever's on form starts, period. And I love how Frank is dealing with these players. Already, we are a new team. It is looking amazing. And for me, Kudus, what a player. I think everyone's going to be waxing lyrical about Kudus. But he's the winger we never had. He's the winger that we've been waiting for all this time. And for the Red Tottenham, the Spicy Spurs, Scots Bonnet FC, Red Hot Chili Peppers, who told me that Tottenham was not going to get Eze, that Eze wanted to go to Arsenal, blah, blah, blah. Well, hold that, because Eze now is about to join Tottenham next week. Here we go. Gonna be confirmation in the location. Can you imagine Kudus? Because for me, even though Bergvall worked well and he was hard, you could see that he's young, the quality weren't quite there. If Eze was on that pitch today, it could have been 5 or 6. And let me tell you about Eze. Eze thrives when he has people he can work on. Eze for me was at his best when he looked to the right side at Crystal Palace and he was looking over and he could see his brother Elise and he went, yeah, you ready to rock and roll? All right, let's do it. Last season, he didn't really have that. Yeah, Eze was doing his thing, but you think by Eze's standards, he weren't really up to the level that he did, but then he turned it on towards the latter stages. Eze comes into Spurs and he looks up and he goes, Kudus, should we do this? Yeah, let's do it. And that's when it's going to be a problem. North London derby, I don't know how Miles Lewis-Kelly copes with Kudus and Eze coming at him like the Snowpiercer, like a train. It is going to be long for these teams. And if we bring in Savinho, oh my days. Brothers, everybody, and not just Savinho. From my club is moving mad. Right now, I'm seeing links to Morgan Rogers. Could you imagine? Eze, Morgan Rogers, Kudus. Oh my goodness. Oh my, Polina. Oh, no. Benjamin, no, it's long. It is over. It's over. It's over. It would be fully over for the rest of the Prem. Tottenham right now, game week 1. We sit top of the league. I say it with chest. Top of the league, hold that. Yeah, I'm not telling you that Spurs win the league. I did my prediction show yesterday and I said Tottenham could finish 5th. On that showing, you got to understand that the first weekend, Burnley are pumped, they're hyped, they're everything. They didn't play midweek like Spurs did. You could easily be forgiven if Spurs had drawn this game, but not under my gaffer, not under Thomas Frank. We went out and we made them look like light work. Let me tell you now, not many teams are going to break down Burnley the way we broke them down today, you know. Don't get it twisted. And Thomas Frank is still not happy with our attack. The way we got those goals, and that's why you need players, 1v1 specialists in the tight spaces. Burnley had 5 at the back, 4 in the midfield, 1 up top. The lowest of low in terms of low blocks. The lowest of lows. Yes, there were moments where they were attacking my club, but really and truly, we had them on lock and key. And if we needed to, if we really felt like we were under the cosh, then you bring on Polina, you bring on Bentancur, and you shut up shop completely. I thought it was a fantastic performance. It was a professional performance from my club. And it was a performance where I legitimately think even at game week 1, the rest of the league has to sit up and go, you know what? We can't sleep on Tottenham Hotspur. they could be a dark horse. I've been feeling that. I've been seeing it. I've been telling people, and I don't know why people try and lie. I said pre-season form is an indication in the location of the sort of form you're going to take with you into the season. You can see that Spurs we had a good pre-season. We've carried that form into the start of this season. And for those teams who've been looking dusty, West Ham looking dusty and got slapped up by Sunderland, nobody's surprised. Nottingham Forest will probably get slapped up instead. Nobody's surprised. Newcastle, I'm not surprised they didn't win because everything's not looking right. I'm telling you. And don't be surprised if Manchester United, aka Manchester Piccadilly, slaps up Arsenal tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. I've been calling it out. Deji, you say things for clout. You say things for click. Don't click. You don't have to click. Someone said to me yesterday on Twitter, I'm not even going to bother listening to his Premier League predictions because I know he's put Tottenham first. Well, you made an ass out of yourself, mate, because you told you I put Spurs first. Shut your mouth. Hush your gums. People making assumptions, assuming things. No, I use my eyes and I make my predictions. I made my prediction about Saka and Kudus this week, and I'm telling you now, Kudus will be better than Saka this season. Hold that. This whole thing, he didn't want to play for West Ham. Now you're getting a dose of what this brother can do at a proper team. He looks around him and goes, I'm surrounded by ballers. So let's play ball. Do you know what I mean? In my best American accent. Big up to everyone that's locked on. Look, the Spurs game, delighted, really, really delighted. You know, like I said, Kudus standout player. Richarlison as well. 2 quality taken goals. The first one whipped in from the cross. First time ball bounced up, bottom corner. Do you know what I mean? And the second one, you know what I mean? Reminiscent of the goal for Brazil. Man overhead kick. Buried it. You can't ask for better finishes, man. Sometimes when you're playing low block, it needs something special. And that's where other teams will struggle this season. If you ain't got a special, if you ain't got a Stardust, like a Kudus type player, if you ain't got creative, because those finishes were creative, bro. Other people take a touch. Maybe Solanke tries to control that ball the way Richarlison shoots first time. Solanke controls it. You know what I mean? He's tackled by the defender. He caught everyone by surprise. Don't get it twisted. Richarlison's finishes today were world class. I'm not saying Richarlison's world class, but his finishing was world class. And his finishes were someone who is confident. I would even go as far as to say Richarlison's finishes were Kane-esque. If Kane had scored those goals, we would be purring. We'd be like, you know what I mean? We would be dribbling. Do you know what I mean? Let's give Richarlison his props. Those were Kane-esque finishes, and I hope he kicks on. I, for one, would be so happy. Big up Billy in the building. Wesley says, Deji, moving like a Targaryen. Today was a good performance, but honestly, it was Burnley. Let's wait and see the team against the league. Bro, you can only beat what's in front of you. I hear what you're saying, bro. But you got to understand, let's be real. Burnley is a bogey team. Yes, everyone's expected to beat them, but Burnley can spring a surprise. Do you know what I'm saying? If you had slapped up Burnley 3-0, you'd be very happy. You wouldn't be saying light work, bro. You wouldn't be saying light work. Big up Callum in the building, says Jorginho. Yes, I am Jorginho, bro. You see my little boots there? The Ronaldinho boots? Yeah, no, if you know, you know. Yeah, if you know, you know. These are my boots, yeah? Noah Barrett, Jorginho is in the building. Kudus showed levels today. Domination in the location. Now at Eze Savinho and the shit. Bro, Freddie, I want to know, what are you saying? Tottenham's quartet, Savinho, Eze, Kudus, Richarlison, or Solanke, for me, is up there in the top 3 quartets in the Prem. I think we're rivaling Liverpool. I think we're rivaling City with that quartet, bro. Honestly, it's that good. Do you know what I mean? Let these brothers cook. It was good to see Tel come on, and it was also good to see the fans get behind him, give him, you know, some clapping and supporting the brother, because what he went through this week was uncalled for. But I can't lie, I am gassed, because even under Ange, if everyone wants to be real in the location, the only time that we were confident like this was when we were winning 3 or 4-0. But more time, we were looking dusted in Tutankhamun. I said it against PSG at We Are Tottenham TV that I think we look good. I think Ash might try to say, this is the sort of football that we could be looking forward to this season. I said, I'm all right with it, bro. But what Thomas Frank has done is he showed adaptation. When we're going to have more of the ball, we've got an answer for you. When we're not going to have the ball, we've got an answer for you. And I agree with Mo. There were periods in today's game where when we were under the cosh, he was more than happy to go long. I love it. I call Thomas Frank Mr. Common Sense, Mr. Common Sense football. And then when they were dropping back, then we started to play ball. Common sense. I don't know why they didn't do this before. Honestly, madness. That's what I love about Thomas Frank. Common sense football. And I'm saying for you lot now, respect Spurs. We could be a dark horse. Thank you, my bro Wesley. I'm going to try and maintain the momentum and the work rate this season in the location. I'll be on Never a Foul at 7:45 tonight. Durag Dial is my bro. Thank you, bro. We managed to hit 5K this week. Thank you very much. I never thought I would hit 100. No joke. To hit 5K is what dreams are made of. And big up to everyone in the YouTube family. And I know I'm doing this during the Man City game, but I was on the terrace and I really just wanted to get this in real quick. Ibrahim is starting to speak my language. Finally, he's acknowledging, that Tottenham is going to be dangerous this season. Also, Ibrahim, when I do step to the mic next week, why don't you hold the fact that you're below my club? Yeah, it's a shameless thing to say, bro, but it's the truth. You get me? Prue, blood. Prue, Drew Power. You don't know. Yeah, fair to you. Meanwhile, West Ham. Bro, what did I do? In my prediction thing yesterday, I put West Ham as being going to get relegated. I had West Ham, Leeds, and Brentford to get relegated, bro. So far, my predictions is looking very, very right. Do you get what I'm saying? Very right. And we're going to see, bro. Brentford will struggle as well, but West Ham is fully dusty, bro. It's one of the dustiest teams I've ever seen in my life. Hope Gaming said controlled football. We would have lost under Ange, as that was some chaos in the first half after we went 1-0. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying to you. He's out there. He's got his arms going up and down, orchestrating the players. And what I love about Thomas Frank, you can see that the players have warmed up to him straight away. I was worried after we got rid of Ange because it felt like Ange had a good relationship with the players. I would say even now I sense the players have an even stronger relationship with Thomas Frank and they believe in Thomas Frank more. You can just see it in the performances. West Ham fans were telling me that Kudus is lazy. I don't see a lazy player, do you? I see a player that's very humble, who is very grateful to be at our club and is going to do his best to give us performances that are very Ginola-esque. Yeah, c'est quoi? Do you get what I'm saying? Very, c'est quoi? You get me? That's what we're doing at Sunderland on top of the league, and it was Burnley at home. Your mug. Bro, Burnley won 3-0. Oh, sorry. Sunderland won 3-0, you donut. And so did Spurs. So really, what you should be saying is join top of the league, you donut. Do you get what I'm saying? Hold that, bro. Who do you even support? Ben Smith. And if you're a Red Tottenham fan, shut your mouth, innit? Don't chat to me until you win your game. Johnson and Tell can never start in on point. Bro, Johnson and Tell cannot start, period, if I'm being real. Like, for me, Brennan Johnson is an impact sub. Do you know what I mean? I don't think we need to get rid of him. I think he's better than that. I think he's a good player. Like, he can do a job. He can find the back of the net, but definitely can't start. He's always blowing. He's not physical enough for me. And therefore, do you know what I mean? Bring him on when the defense is tiring and he can cause problems. That's how I've always seen it. Burnley since 2022, relegated twice, candidates to go down again next year. So don't be shaking your bum violently. You man top of the league after 10 games under Ange, but still finish fifth. Well, bro, my prediction this season is not to win the league. My prediction is to finish fifth, Quinton. So if that happened this season, where Spurs are top of the league after 10 games, and then we end up finishing fifth, I'll shake my bum violently, bro, because fifth now in the Prem is Champions League football, and that's all I give a damn. Would you keep Richarlison? Bro, I would. I never had a problem. The honest truth was, I said, I've got no problem with Richarlison, but everyone around me doesn't like him. But I did say if we were to sell him, I wouldn't be sad. Do you get me? If you're going to sell Richarlison and bring in Wissa, I could work with it. But I can tell you now, Wissa doesn't score those 2 goals today. Let's be real. Like, he doesn't score them goals. So actually, would I swap Richarlison from Wissa? I don't think so. What I would do though is if you sold Richarlison and you gave me a Vlahovic, that could run. That could run. But if we're not bringing in the Vlahovic, if you're not bringing in someone that we can 100% hand on heart say is better than Richarlison, then I don't want it. Because if Wissa starts today, does he score what Richarlison scored? No. And all of a sudden, we're talking about Spurs winning 1-0 instead of 3-0. Remember, football is about the fine margin. Richie is a far more technical gifted than Solanke. Richie's injury is the problem with it. Yeah, bro, I agree. And bro, I'm already... One thing that Frankie's showing us is he's already showing us what he thinks about some of these men. Brennan Johnson didn't come on in the Super Cup for a reason. Yeah. Solanke isn't starting for a reason, bro. Like, hold that. Like, nobody, we're under Ange, Solanke would start. Come hell, come fire, come thunder. Brennan Johnson guaranteed to start, not under Thomas. I like the fact that he's mixing it up. These guys have to earn their right to be on the pitch. Do you get me? I don't mind Richarlison starting next game because he scored 2 goals. He deserves it. And when his level drops off, then it's Solanke's turn to go. But one thing is, because people keep talking about how Brennan Johnson scored so many goals last season, that's because the system favoured the wingers. It's going to be interesting now under Thomas Frank where the system favours the number 9. Can you imagine where last season we were playing the ball across the goal so that the strikers, it weren't really for you? Today, Richarlison got fed service and bagged 2. Not rocket science. Do you know what I mean? Not a coincidence here. Do you know what I'm saying? Feed the striker and the striker will score. That's what we're going to be doing. And I reckon Richarlison could do numbers this season. He could do some serious numbers. Don't let Richarlison, Red Tottenham fans, score more goals than Gyökeres. Don't let him do that. Because if you let that happen, you're going to get fully cooked by yours truly. Our new big signing show level today. Now over to you, Arsenal. Yeah, but I hope they draw, bro. For Marcus's sake, I hope Man U and Arsenal draw. Has any one of you guys checked on Dan Lawless? Generally, they might get relegated. Bro, I done told Dan Lawless last week on Dan Potts' channel on This Is London that I expect them to get relegated or finish 17th, bro. They are fully dusty. He tried to pretend. I can see him getting cooked in the WhatsApp group. Don't worry, he's getting cooked, bro. Don't worry about that. You know. Yeah, they should never have sacked him. Deji, we need to chill. We always go over the top with the new manager. Yeah, Billy, I'm with you, bro. That's why I've been quite calm. Usually, by this stage, man, I'm talking about winning the league. I'm not talking about winning the league. I'm telling you, let's finish 5th or higher, in my opinion, you know, under Thomas Frank. But let's not sleep on the brother, you know. I think we could be pleasantly surprised by Thomas Frank this season. And bring up to my bro, Ghosted. First of many wins. Bro, we could see the complete role reversal, Ghosted. Where we lost 22 games last season, could you imagine if we win 22 games? Could you imagine if we did the complete role reversal? Bro, we're laughing. Hold on, let me just do the numbers right here. 22 times 3. Somebody get their calculator out. 22 times 3. That's already 66 points without the draws. Yeah? And I can't even... Yeah, I mean, obviously, it kills... The league table, 66 points got them what last season? Let me just check that out real quick. League table... for Premier League table for last season. Yeah? Because 66... Yeah, 24, 25. Sorry, got peeps, but I just need to just check this out. If we had 66 points last season, we would have finished 5th. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Do you get me? And we're not even talking draws. 22 wins. Just do the complete role reversal. And just so you know, Liverpool won 25 of their games. Next was Man City with 21 wins. Arsenal 20 wins. Chelsea, Newcastle 20 wins. And I'm saying if Tottenham get the complete role reversal, mate, we are laughing in the location. Mate, I will bite your hand off right now. Obviously, game week 1 win under our belt. Tottenham should be aiming for 20 plus wins this season if we want to be considered one of the big dogs. Deji, the defense is looking very suspicious. Can't wait for the first derby. Like work. Let me tell you why the defense was looking suspicious. Thomas Frank has shown us that, unlike Ange, he really relies on the 6 to defend and to keep the game tight. If you look against PSG, we didn't look like we were going to concede when Palhinha was on the pitch. As soon as Palhinha came off the pitch, we conceded. Now, I hear what you're saying. There were moments where Burnley got at us, and the reason why they got at us, bro, is because Palhinha's not on the pitch. I can tell you now, during the big games against Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, we're probably going to let you man have the ball. We're probably going to deploy the same tactics we did against PSG and do a smash and grab. Let me tell you now, bro, you're not having the sort of space that you saw today. That's for when we played the Burnleys and Leeds and all them lot, you know, Brentford and West Ham. Yeah, that's when we will put Archie Gray and little Burval. When we're playing the big dogs, we have a system for you, man, as well, and you will see. That's what's happening, bro. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. You need to check what we're doing. Do you get what I'm saying? Jay Green said Richarlison will only score 12 Premier League goals this season. Bro, I tell you now, straight to your face, bro, that Richarlison, if he's fit, remember that was only because he was injured for pretty much most of last season. I think Richarlison, bro, don't let me do it. I think he could be on par with Gyökeres for amount of goals scored. Yeah, I'm not blaspheming, bro. You man shaking your bum for Gyökeres, top goal scorer in Europe. Hush your gums. Can he be the top goal scorer in the Prem? About telling me about Europe. Be the top goal scorer here in my league. Thomas Moore says, I'm a United fan, but Spurs will cook it today. Big up to you, Thomas Moore. I've got you, man, to win. I think with Cunha and Buemo behind Sesko, I don't know how Arsenal stops that, bro. Real talk. I don't know how Arsenal stop you, man, from scoring. I think you, man, slap up Arsenal, and I am here for it. Here for it. Here for it. Do you get what I'm saying? So big up to you, my bro. Tottenham fans, big up to everyone that's locked in, locked on. Make sure you smash a like. Prue, blood. Prue. You don't know. Prue. Freddie says, I don't think Richarlison is technically stronger than Solanke, but Richarlison is a shoot-first guy. Solanke's better at hold-up play, but I think Richarlison fits this. Yeah, bro. But that's all we need, bro. Freddie, you know there were so many times last season Spurs would get the ball to the edge of the box, and then we pass again. Even Solanke was guilty of it. It takes too long on the ball. No, bang. As soon as, you know, I was even saying, I remember there was a stream I said, I could kill for a Jermaine Defoe. Shift bang. That's all you need. Shift bang. Richarlison is offering that, and I think that is brilliant. Richie is better than Solanke. Just need to stay fit. Yeah, I think there's an argument there, bro. I think we'll get top 4 comfortably without injuries. Yeah, and what I love is the fact that he's managing the team. Maybe next week you see that Van de Ven doesn't start and Danzo. I really think there's going to be more fluidity in terms of who plays, because we're going to need the whole squad this season if we're going to mount any form of challenge, if we're going to compete on all fronts. And I really do hope we can bring through Incapi, because if we do, then it's a wrap. That, for me, would be the greatest transfer window we've had in a minute. Eze, Savinho, Kudus, Hincapi. Are we mad? Palhinha. Mate, we've completely transformed our team overnight. It's crazy, bro. It would be absolute mazza. Nita, big up to you in the building. Said, your Burnley players walked past me in Shoreditch this morning. I asked Carl Walker to turn around and give a wave. He did. No, respect, Nita. You know, that's my area. Shoreditch, Hackney. You don't know. I love it. Love to hear it. Do you know what I'm saying? And you know what? I said it yesterday. I love Carl Walker. One of the things he said, he would give up one of his Premier League titles to have won the European League. Respect that man there. Is a Spurs legend, 110%. Love the brother. If Richarlison outscores Gyökeres, we need to have a conversation. Bro, if Richarlison outscores Gyökeres, Freddie, I'm telling you, I will put on my Batman cape and I'm going to cook these clowns. Legit. I will cook these fraudsters all day. You already know. Already, I'm going to have to start calling it out, especially if Gyökeres doesn't score against United tomorrow. Then I shouted him out. I love him. And when he played at Spurs, the whole team was laughing. Tottenham till I die. You don't know, Nita. I love that. I love hearing that. That's what I'm saying. He loves us too. Trust me. He loves us. Gyökeres being top goal scorer in Europe for last year is that Iranian player who was top international goal until CR7 and Messi overtook him. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's what I'm talking about. Stat is why I rate Frank. He adapts to the opponent. That's why I'm calling Frank Mr. Common Sense, bro. Mr. Common Sense. It's stuff that we think about as fans, and we sit there in our chairs wondering why aren't they doing it. That's what he does. He does what is needed. Shaking your bum. Bro, I'll shake my bum. There's no guarantee you beat them, bro. I'm being real. I will shake my bum. Yeah, I'm top of the league, bro. Top of the league. Hold that. When I said wait for an elite team, I wasn't talking down. I actually enjoy seeing this because Spurs content creators are better than this of my club. Big up, Wesley. Thank you. And no, bro, I'm just saying, bro, it's just what we will slap up these brothers. I'm waiting. I can't wait to play the big team. We play PSG. The only team that I rate on the level of PSG is Liverpool, and they look rubbish yesterday. I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, it's only the beginning. It's game week 1. But Bournemouth deserved to get something out of that game yesterday. Let's be real. I can't see this Liverpool team beating PSG. Let's be real, bro. We took the European champions to task when Luis Enrique was like, you know what? I don't even know if I can even look at that trophy because I feel dirty. I feel sullied. Do you know what I mean? Because Tottenham was that good. Respect it. Do you know what I mean? Respect it. Akeem says winning the league, bro. I never said we're winning the league. I told you straight, we're involved in the title challenge and we're up there, but we're not going to win the league for sure. And then Wesley says, bro, you are doing too much already. Remember when Spurs won 10 games and then everyone was talking big? They didn't end too well. Take it a day at a time. I swear down. Nah, bro, I'm telling you what, look, my prediction for Spurs was to finish 5th. In that season where we were top of the league after 10 games, I was saying Spurs to win the league. What I'm saying is Spurs to finish 5th. If we're top of the league after 10 games and we finish 5th, bro, it's a great season, bro. It's that simple. It's that simple, bro. It's a great season for me, you know. But can you see why I said that Man City would finish 2nd? Shirky, Rangers, these men are forgetting how Man City was moving in the Club World Cup. I'm telling you, my prediction is a matter. It's a measure. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm telling you. As much as I don't think City will win the Prem, they're going to be up there. They're going to be causing problems. You can already see it so far. I think is it 2 or 3-0 at the moment? It's crazy. Deji, too much, Cuzzy. Bro, I'm enjoying my 3 points. You get me? I'm enjoying. I know you're not shaking your bum because you man looked very dusty yesterday. Remember, I done told you that I got your manager on fraud watch. Just because you managed to get it over the line against Bournemouth doesn't mean I haven't got your manager on fraud watch, but regardless, I still got you, man, to win the league. Top 3 then? Nah, not this season. It's my manager's first season. Top 5 is more than all right for me, yeah? Slot is a fraud. I don't care. Bro, I think he's on fraud watch, bro. I'm keeping it real. Straight up. Straight up. You can see the guy is already moving suspicious. He really is moving suspicious. Nita. Win, it's 3 points in the bag. Simple. That's it. I don't care. Game week 1, 3 points. Game week 2, 3 points. Game week 3, 3 points. That's how we need to move this season. Each week, we go in, we take the 3 points. And let's just hope. The big thing for Spurs, more than the points, is no injuries. Because if we don't have any injuries, we can get the points. That's the key. No injuries. The other call you made about City is proven right. These men look dusty. I'm watching the game, and just because Wolves are rubbish, that's why the scoreline's what it is. Bro, I told you, Wes. I told you. But can you imagine, though? I still think City might finish 2nd, bro. It's crazy. I still think the way they're moving, they'll finish. But I told you, Wolves, they lost Cunha. They lost 8 Nori. Bro, these are big players for them. So Wolves ain't the same, bro. They brought this brother from Fluminense. I don't know what they were fumigated, bro. They were fumigated because I don't know what they think this brother's going to do in the Prem. He's not going to do nothing. And bring up Slotball, my guy. Thank you, bro, for showing love and sending a super chat. Big up to you. Kudus, moving mad, laugh out loud. Bro, Kudus is the man. But all Kudus needs to do is keep his head down, let us do all the talking, and keep fighting. I think Kudus could be one of... Look, for me so far this season, every game Kudus has played, he's been the best player. Simple. And I think it's even disingenuous of me to even suggest that Eze comes in and is the main man. Maybe Kudus is the main man, even with Eze there. I swear down, he's that good. Because I've been saying when Eze comes in, Eze is the #1 player at Tottenham and Kudus will just have to respect it. Nah. You have to earn that right. Maybe Kudus is still the main man, but has Eze as support. How about that? That would be amazing stuff. And it's just, Bidney, I was with you until you said Slot is on fraud watch. Bro, the reason why I said he's on fraud watch, bro, is because last season in the big games, Newcastle, PSG, he was moving mad, bro. Even against Fulham, do you know there were some games where, you know, what Liverpool have is that you've got high quality players that sometimes can hide your blush, that can hide the blushes. Yesterday, it was the quality of your play. Imagine bringing on Chiesa and he scores. I mean, how mad is that? Do you know what I'm saying? That's what you have over the rest of the Prem. But I don't know if he's that guy. I'm not sure. But we will see, bro. We will see. West Ham straight to relegation. We know that, bro. Slot is obsessed with that PSG style play. Very offensive heavy. That works in the Champions League, but in the league, I feel these men will be found out, bro. And I can't wait. You know, Premier League teams learn quick, bro. Premier League teams learn quick. I can't wait for him to be doing that rubbish against my club and we just knock the ball long and head the ball into the back of the net all day long. I'll take that all day long. Arsenal, Manic, my brother from day one. Dej, Lawless is allowed to speak to you about football from now on. Can he sit at the round table or just, bruv? Lawless, I'm going to deal with him like he's my admin. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need him to post some letters for me. I might get him to, you know, to take some clothes from my wardrobe, pick up my bag. You know, have you seen that Ashton guy on the Instagram that's always running? And then he's like, someone pours water in the bowl for him. Yeah, that's Lawless for me. Pour water in the bowl. Let me dip my head in it. You know that's Lawless. Like, just give him errands. Like, could you get my socks from the washing? You know, can you fold it up and put it in the drawer for me? That's Lawless. Do you know what I mean? That brother can never speak to me. He's never on my level. Deji needs to talk to Frank, but not the Spurs boss. Bro, I hear you, bro. But the thing is, bro, look, I've tried to be nice. Deji, Lawless is getting relegated. You don't know, bro. I've been saying it, bro. I've been saying it. But big up to everyone in the location. Enjoy the Man City game. Tottenham 3, Burnley 0, and I can't lie, it's looking very good. I don't want to speak too soon, but it's looking very, very good. And lastly, Nita says, I kind of holded my tongue for Richarlison. Always knew he could give defenders trouble, and his presence is on point on and off the ball. Just needs to stay fit. No, I fully agree. I actually never really fully cussed Richarlison. You know, I never really did. I've cussed other players. I've cussed Brendan Johnson. That one I can put my hand up. I've even cussed Maddison, but I've never cussed Richarlison because I always felt deep down, you know, when I see players that I wish would have been at our club and then they finally come, it's hard for me to cuss them. So, for example, I loved Richarlison when he was at Watford. I even thought he did a great job. So I was delighted when we bought him. I also liked Kudus when he was at West Ham. So I can't start cussing him now. Do you know what I mean? Like, even Basuma, I loved him when he was at Brighton. I'm cussing him because he's just doing some foolishness. But it's very hard for me. Jed Spence, I was a big advocate for Jed Spence to be in a team. Do you know what I mean? Like, certain players, I just like, So Richarlison, I'm giving him, you know, let's not get too carried away. He scored 2 goals one season against Everton. So, you know, he could go off the boil, but I don't believe it. I think he's back. Tomorrow, I hope Arsenal play well. Bro, if Arsenal don't play well, they're getting cooked. I'm cooking all of these Arsenal, man. Have a good one, bro. Have a good one. I will be on Never a Foul at 7:45 tonight, chopping up these guys on the Rival show. And I'm going to holler at Northside. But everyone, thank you for being here. Make sure, look out. I'll be back tomorrow on another stream. Until then, have a blessed Saturday evening, day, afternoon. Big up, everyone. Love.